Hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here, and it's come to my attention that, well, more people coming to this channel are looking for Mega Man content, so I'm going to provide some more Mega Man content, specifically more Mega Man Maker content, and we'll have some other Mega Man stuff going on soon enough. But as far as the non-Mega Man content goes, I do still continue to intend that. It just might be more sporadic than what it has been recently. So, let's go into this stage that I just recently built, Sword of Fire and Ice. And why does this have a score of -2? What is wrong with you people? Okay, well, this is going to be the first in a series of stages that I intend to make. It'll be first of 6 stages, to be specific. And we're going to talk about level design while we're here. Alright, so we start off with a fire theme area. Pretty basic there. And there's nothing super difficult about this yet. There are Yoku blocks here. Don't get panicked. Also, don't jump into things so quickly. Yeah, some of these are just there for extras. Wait for that guy to come and you'll be fine. And that's how you get through that. It's really not as bad as it looks, but the fires, you know, you can potentially go back if you fall down. And that section there with the little drop hat guys was meant to just be a timing challenge. Don't let that guy get the jump on you. I am not going to go after that energy tank because, well, it does require a little bit of extra challenge, as you can see the Joe down there. I don't believe energy tanks should just be freebies. It should be something you have to earn, or do something extra for. I think it kind of devalues your stage and design when you're just kind of throwing E-tanks and M-tanks at players for almost no effort. Speaking of effort, if you want this health refill, you gotta put some effort into it, and we get our first checkpoint. Now we pick up a weapon here. One thing I've noticed with some of the stages that I've played recently, or seen people play recently, is that they start without weapons, and then they give you special weapons, but at the very end of the stage, when all that's left to do is the boss. Okay, don't do that. What you want to do is you want to showcase these special weapons. For instance, this room looks overwhelming at first, but everything dies to Firestorm. See, I give you a weapon, and I intend you to use it right away. That's how this is going to go. This screen is meant to be kind of challenging. Hey, watch it. You can use those guys for invincibility frames, not that I'm even attempting to do that. I'm just attempting to take a lot of damage here. Really? That's how I get caught? Not on the scary spikes? And I do make it so that the checkpoint is before the pickup, so you don't actually lose weapon energy. Yeah, so you don't have to worry about, you know, the weapon energy you spent on these rooms while you were dying. Okay, those guys are coming, so we'll be fine. Those jumps are a little bit scary, but I think they're more scary than what they look. Now this, I have another interesting timing challenge platforming section. Make sure you get off before that. Now this was an idea that I got from one of Bolt Greywing's stages. I kind of hinted at this before, but he didn't quite do it with multiple things. I think there's even more design potential in this sort of thing, so what you want to do is get in the middle here, just like that, and fire is not that great against this guy. And so once again we have another timing platforming challenge. Again, it's not hard to get off of those in time. It looks a lot scarier than what it is. Keep your fire equipped, because we have another Yoku block section. And if you jump up here, you can get this bonus stuff. You can also potentially go back and try jumping around. I do have it timed so that you should be okay. And I put an extra time there because you are going through kind of a big section of Yoku things without fully knowing where you're going the first time. And we have another one of these things, but this time with tellies. And here we have a key. If you don't get this key, don't worry about it. But what you want to do is you want to, yeah, this is going to be a battle here. Easier if you use the Firestorm. That key will be important later. Whoa there. And now we have this section, which this is going to be another tricky section. Again, you were meant to use the Firestorm here. You have Firestorm, use it, because it kills those guys in one shot. Don't worry about this green platform going up too high, it's not going to. That's just there to scare you. And there's a nice weapon refill. And do be mindful of the Joe, because he can knock you off. These platforms are icy, so the way to deal with icy platforms in Mega Man games is to not run on them. Yeah, don't run on them. And if you hear a noise in the background, that's just my air conditioner. I have a window air conditioner. It seems appropriate to mention that in the cold area. In fact, it'd also be appropriate to mention that in the hot area, too. Alright, just waiting for a good time. There we go. I believe that platform over there, that's the only one that will actually take you into the spikes. But yeah, this area is not as bad as it would first seem. So, to deal with icy platforms, as I was discussing before I showed how not to deal with them, you want to deal with them by jumping, not by running around, because when you jump, you stop all your slidey momentum. Okay, this guy might be... Okay, that might be a poor spot for the map, but okay, one poor design thing. I'm allowed that, right? You do want to come up here and get the Ice Slasher. I am not going to try and get that. And, just like when we picked up the Firestorm, we want to use the Ice Slasher right away. So what is Ice Slasher best at in Mega Man Maker? Well, freezing large enemies so you can pound on them with your Mega Buster. So that's what we'll do. I don't see much of a point of freezing like smaller enemies because, well, you could just shoot those anyways with your Mega Buster and be done with them, so why use Ice Slasher? So yeah, Ice Slasher for bigger enemies, and again, if you want the M-Tank, you need to work for it. It's just how it is. This section, I originally intended to have another one of those elevators here and make it downward. So you had to like sync with the fire here. However, that didn't quite work out so well because however I tried designing this room, it was either... I needed to have a checkpoint in this room. I had to have the checkpoint after the M-Tank because I don't want you just, again, I don't want it to be a freebie. I want you to have to work for it. I want there to be danger to try and get the M-Tank. If I put a checkpoint in there, it's just saying, okay, well just get the checkpoint and then you can try and get this M-Tank for as many times as it takes you. No, that's not how we're doing things here. So anyways, the problem with trying to put one of those rising platforms that we had earlier is you could just jump off the platform, let the platform rise into the ceiling, and then just fall down here anyways. So why not just make it so you just fall down to begin with? Yeah, that idea didn't quite work out as well as I would have liked, but I still kept the overall design of this room. And then we have... So we had the fire area, we had the ice area, and now we have the combo area where we're doing both fire and ice things. We'll put him on ice. And that is a key we'll be required to get. So for this section, I wanted to design it with more water, but I didn't want to make it just more of the same as that intro stage, so I decided to make this giant bridge here. So to design this section, I needed to use enemies both on top and below that weren't going to be shooting projectiles at you, or at least not projectiles that could get you from one side or the other. So basically, if you're on the top half of this bridge, you only have to deal with the top half enemies. You can ignore the bottom half enemies. If you're on the bottom half, you can ignore the top half enemies. So that's what went into the design of my enemy selection here. Again, more timing things, more of these guys. I mean, you could also use the ice to freeze the flames when the flames aren't fully out. Or freeze it when the flames are peaked, and then, yeah. So use it on the way back down if you want to use the ice to get through there. But that is an option, too. So yeah, and obviously, you know, melting the ice is why we have all the water here. I thought that was a nice touch. You do have to pick up that key that I just got, and have this out again. Yeah, the flame there was intentional. I was going to put, like, more flames through here, but then I realized you could just jump on those as platforms instead of all of these footholder things. Yeah, kind of like that, even though I didn't really intend. Okay, this is the one we have to be on. Let's use Ice Slasher once more, just to freeze that guy. And that's how you get through that. So yeah, again, using a combination of fire and ice. This place is just for aesthetics, but in traditional fashion, or at least traditional with me, we have a not-so-traditional boss fight room, and I wanted to combine the fire and ice theme here, so that's how I did that. So I made Crystal Man here weak to the Ice Slasher, and I'm just doing this all sorts of poorly, but that's okay, that's what we got those E-Tanks for, right? And you can also freeze the flames there, which can either help you not take damage from them, or possibly block off Crystal Man. And the Ice Slasher just doesn't get enough love. And now we're standing on fire. Awesome. So yes, that was the first in this series, so if you guys want to see your stage played, leave a comment in the comment section, and I'll see you all next time.